It quickly occurred to me that people were going to say, well, might question why I never noticed that this money was being stolen from me. It wasn't stolen in one lump sum because there was never that much money there to be stolen in one lump sum, but it was stolen over a period of 2 years. So what happened was, we were looking at the laptop, and there was all these emails coming through, and there was an email from a loan company, and it said, and I looked at it, and it said I just paid a £40,000 loan. And I'm like, my missus said to me, she said, what, you took a loan out for £40,000? I'm like, oh, no, I don't think so. So I go, look, and it was late at night, and I said, look, don't worry about it, I'll get to the bottom of it, so I'll phone these guys tomorrow. So I phoned these guys the next day, and I said where I was from, said my name, and I said, have I got a £40,000 loan? He went, no. He said, you've got two £40,000 loans to me. I said, what? He said, well, the good news is, he said, you've just paid one back. He said, you had 9 months to pay it back, you paid it back in 6 months. I'm like, hang on a minute. I said, I don't know anything about this. I said, this is fraud. I said, the person working for me has done this and taken these loans out fraudulently. I said, because I have not signed anything. He said, yes, you have. I've got all the paperwork. I said, well, you need to send me the paperwork because I need to send it. And they sent it to me. I'm like, that is clearly not my signature. Well, they didn't know that because they've never seen my signature before. But I never signed it. It was someone clearly forged my signature. So these two 40 grand loans, which each had 10 grand interest. So every time someone made a payment at the Hardwick on the card machine, 11% of that money went to the loan company to pay the loans back. Straight away, like that. I was like, oh my God. So what happened was, because of COVID, the second loan had stopped. So we'd paid like £1,700 back in it. So obviously I still owed, with interest, best part of 48 grand. So ultimately, the 100 grand that we would have paid back normally, the two 40 grands plus the two 10 grand interest, we paid back 75 grand. And we looked at the wages. She was paying herself like £25 an hour in 1 week, and then when she was on holiday, she was paying herself holiday pay and paying herself as well. So we have like most people, it's a software called Sage UK, which we paid, I don't know, it's like £400 a month or something, And there was another one called Sage, which is only when you realise there's no UK after it. And that was it. We found out there was 48 grand went into this account. And eventually, because it takes a while to get banks to give you information, we got the information that the account it was going to was her husband's. She paid 48 grand or something, 47 into his bank account, of which he knew nothing about it, allegedly, and that's what he was found guilty of when he went to trial. She pleaded guilty straight away. But, it begs belief. You feel ill, you feel sick. My wife, it has a really bad effect on you. The kids could see that we were in bits, it's like, but we're tough, and we bounced back, and we came back, and she left our accounts in a right mess. But yeah, it's, when you find that someone's done that to you, it's like, just, wow, you feel ill, absolutely ill. And the benefits that she got from that money, people have said to me since, you couldn't get any of the money back. I said, they're not savers. They spent every penny of it. They don't have anything to their name. There's nothing that's going to come back to us. So we're 150 grand out of pocket. So I was saying she's going to get 9 months inside. Well, serves you right, because, you should have that inconvenience in your life and that experience because of what you did and what you did to everybody and how you benefit and lived the high life, going to Ascot, concerts, restaurants, trips away, Morocco twice, Euro Disney twice, Florida Disney, spent a fortune. And he comes to it, and I'm like, and he's going through, and he's saying, yeah, the guidelines for sentencing. I'm like, yeah. And then he said, suspended. And I looked at my wife, Jo. We looked at each other, and I said, they got away with it. And when I saw it later on the news coming out, she's like, hey, waving, kids are laughing their heads off. Simon's like that, smile. I'm like, oh my days. But going forward, you've got to let it go. You've got to move on. And we have. It's been hanging over us for so long. Although we didn't get any result, we didn't get any justice, none whatsoever, just a kick in the doodads. Ultimately, you've got to move on and just think about the future and building a better future. We've got people who rely on, on an income to provide for their families here. We've got great staff, and we love what we do, and we like to welcoming people into the Hardwick. And it's news, isn't it? People know about this and they're sympathetic to our loss, to our cause. But ultimately, we're about providing service to people, and we're very passionate about that, and we will continue to do that.